Hey, Nick Min from VolumeProfileTrader.com on Wednesday, September 5th, and markets continue to flatline, waiting for Draghi to speak tomorrow on Thursday. Their 8:30 is a press conference, and I think 12:30 Eastern Time this is, Draghi's supposed to speak formally. So we'll have to wait and see on that. I just would say stay tuned and see what happens. But I assume either tomorrow will present an opportunity in the market or Friday with the jobs report. So I would stay as market neutral as you can over the next day or so. Uh, Give yourself an opportunity to capitalize on whichever way the market decides to go. So let's look at this as objectively as possible. Um, 1415 or so is resistance in the markets, whether you like it or not. That's just the way it's going right now. 1395 is support. Every time the market has touched those levels in the last couple of weeks, the market has bounced. So until that changes, same old, same old. However, 1409 or so, let's call it 1410, has been pretty stubborn resistance. I'm going to zoom in so we can see. Okay, here's 1410. And it's been, let's see, since the 27th of, well, we can really go, we'll go to the 23rd of August. Price has not closed above 1410 in quite a while. And that's something to be aware of. That just shows you the kind of range we're in, a 15-point range. If you want to see it on an hourly chart, the only thing you can say is 1400 point of control for last month. We'll see if it holds and kind of go from there. But you can see how tight the range has got. We're about to break out, and we're about to see a move one way or the other. The trend is definitely higher, and the sellers haven't gained any traction in the last 20 days or so. But neither have the bulls. So let's be aware of that and be aware that there could be a move up or down in the coming days, especially next week. We just don't know exactly when. So let's just kind of prepare for it and be as market neutral as we can. Just to show you, we'll stick with Nasdaq Futures for a second. Now Nasdaq Futures shows a little bit of a different picture. The point of control has, it's been a pivot this, current month of September. But it looks like, well, except for, okay, it's been a pivot. We're under it right now. I wouldn't put too much into that. Actually, we're above it, 27.73 on Globex. But I just think you want to stay on your toes. So some bearish positions that I do have out, and I'm not necessarily sure if they're going to work, but I can guarantee that once I see the market going against me significantly and with proof, I'll get out of these positions. So 81 by 80 put spreads on the IWM, the Russell ETF, and 80 by 79. The 80 by 79s expire quarterly expiration September, and 81 by 80 is the monthly. So, say this is a double top here, and the market has a wicked reversal tomorrow. 80 is not that far away, and we could see it. Now, the last couple of days, especially yesterday, pretty big strength in IWM. Just want to point that out. However, it has not made new highs for the year, unlike other underlines. We have bounced off of last month's point of control and last month's high volume area. It's also the 20-day moving average. So we have a bear flag or a bull flag right here. So we'll see if this breaks out and continues. But if it doesn't, then that's fine. These put spreads will work out. Just kind of on the wait and see approach. Just one other thing. Well, I guess we'll finish this. QQQ's 68 by 67 put spread expiring this month, September monthly expiration. That's just basically a pullback back down to this high volume area here. the top of it, as a matter of fact. So paid between 40 and 35 cents. So about a 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1 payout. Not bad, especially, the market could retrace here, and then I'll have 3 positions that immediately work out. Something that I suggested yesterday was buying some protection on ConocoPhillips after we saw the point of control for the prior month form up at 57.20, and guess what we got? We had a test and a failure, and then test and a retest. Pretty good volume here on the sell side, and you saw the continuation to the downside. Where's your target? Oh, that's weird. It stopped. It closed right at the point of control for last month. So just keep that on your radar. Let's see. Gold up a little bit in Globex. Continues this kind of upward drift here. I think that you continue to stay long this. I'm still believing that gold and silver are on 2-year buys here, and that's just meaning that the point of control for the last 2 years, we're at a spot. It was resistance for quite a while, and then we break out on pretty good volume. That's what you want to be a part of. So we're long gold and silver similarly. Point of control for the last 2 years. We break out on good volume. We continue. Price action is confirming this. Where's your next target? We have a little ways to go. 33.60, 34.80 or so. And we're at 32.57 right now. So we do have a little more upside in silver before we have to reevaluate this position. It's definitely gold and silver, the 2 best positions in the portfolio right now. It's been it hasn't been too bad the last 2 weeks or so. Not a lot of winners, but my portfolio is still hovering around all-time highs. So it's not at all-time highs. That was hit earlier last week, and it's come off of those levels, but it's not too far off. And on any decent push, if I'm positioned right, I'll gain that back and then some pretty quick. So just keeping that, out there. Coke, let me zoom back into a 1-year chart. Value area high, getting consolidation here. I think that you can get long Coke for a little reversal. Dividend comes out in a week or so. So we'll see if they start to accumulate Coke into the dividend. What I'd be looking for is a push up towards 38. That doesn't seem like a bad move. I'm long 37.5 calls, looking for this thing to push up. So if it starts to, like for example, if, let's say the market likes what Draghi has to say, Coke's probably something that's going to catch a bid just naturally. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think that this is going to work out. One thing that kind of bugs me, I'm not going to lie, LinkedIn got long this, let's get the exact day, on this breakout here. And you can see how this developed. We got the breakout on increasing volume. I was a little late to this. Around 106.90 or so was my buy. So it was probably on this bar, 12 o'clock. And there was a time last week where I just wanted to raise cash. This was one of the positions I raised cash in. I did keep it on my radar, but I never added to it. Well, guess what? That was a great trade. So I've had a few of those this month, which are a little bit frustrating. The other one that reminds me is gold call spread, out of the money, 164 by 167. I just bought it too late, and it affected my risk management. I wasn't willing to lose a lot on it, and I got shook out. And luckily I was still long some shares, so it didn't matter too much. But those are frustrating, especially if you're following those positions. It just shows you the ups and downs of a trader that, we go through. But the point is, month after month, we're consistent, we're making money. And that's what this is about. This is how you use volume. Increase your results. And that's what we're working on. So all in all, that's really it with the market. Wait for Draghi. Be patient. Don't be overexposed one way or the other. I guess it would be appropriate to look at the dollar resistance at these levels. This is what I talked about earlier today. The euro should kind of see the opposite. Oh, point of control for 3 months at these levels. You know, it continues to slowly trend higher. Let's see if we can make new highs tomorrow. If not, tomorrow's a good spot to kind of top out, just because we have this volume here from the prior two months ago now. So it's a pretty good retracement. We'll have to wait and see. Just to show you really quick, Fibonacci retracement, almost 50%. So that's pretty good. And so let's be careful. Let's manage our risk. Let's be proactive when given the opportunity. So keep an eye on your entry methods, and we'll see if we get a good opportunity tomorrow or Friday. So take care, have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.